Hey, what's happening, guys? Today I want to go over a concept that I originally saw Ben Askren talking about, and I think it's very, very important in today's trading climate and just trading in general. So it's a concept called the Scientist versus the Cowboy. I'll go over what each of those mean quickly. So the scientist, very methodical, sleeps well, eats when and what they should, but we all kind of know someone like this, but they panic when this stuff doesn't go well. So they think about all the things that could go wrong, when it's gone wrong in the past, how they didn't eat their meal 45 minutes before their training session, it was only 25, and they begin to really get in their head about things. Then on the other hand, the complete opposite, you got the cowboy. So they don't eat what they should, they definitely don't eat it when they should. They sleep like 5 or 6 hours a night. They don't track their training at all, but on the plus side is they basically couldn't care less. It doesn't even enter their head that things are going to go wrong because of this. And it's a really interesting topic to me, because essentially what you're looking for is someone who has both. They are both the scientist and the cowboy. So they're very methodical in the way they do things. They always sleep 8 hours a night. They always track their training. They get to training 20 minutes beforehand. They do their nice big long warm up. They do everything right, but when things go wrong, they don't care. So if they don't get that 8 hours of sleep that they should have got, it doesn't matter. They basically have this mentality of I'm a savage and I'm going to go in there and do what I need to do anyways. Like I'm built for this basically. And really at the end of the day, you need to have both of those. Just having one, I think, is only going to work for so long. So only having that cowboy mindset, it's going to work until it doesn't, because eventually you are going to need to dial in on things like sleep, nutrition, track and training. And then on the flip side with the scientist, one day things are going to go wrong. Life's going to throw you a curveball. You're going to get a flat tire. You're going to get away from work late. You're going to sleep in. Things are going to go wrong, and you have to be able to adjust, because if you don't, especially the busier your life gets, you're just not going to be able to train with the same intensity if you always think this went wrong, therefore my training session is going to go wrong. And I did struggle with this in the past, and essentially what kind of fixed that was having a slightly more nihilistic view on things. Like at the end of the day, if you've done 90% of things right, then the 10% of things you've done wrong probably isn't going to completely mess up your session. So like if you slept 8 hours last night, you had your coffee in the morning, you done XYZ, but then you went to the shop and they didn't have Lucozade or bananas, like you're gonna be fine. Like just ignore it and go and do your training session. This is something that used to really bother me, as I said, but having that kind of more nihilistic view in that if you do everything else right, the other stuff probably doesn't matter that much. So just a short one today, guys, on the cowboy versus the scientist. Figure out where you are in the spectrum, try and meet in the middle, and yeah, hopefully improve your training. Catch you in the next one, guys. Cheers.